the sort of like the energy that is often really embodied after a Vipassana course, is this like relaxed excitement for life.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, I mean, there's like, you could just, I mean, awareness and equanimity does mean that, but it's almost like another word would be good to have, is like to be like equanimous and like cheery, or
Yeah.
equanimous and excited, or whatever. That it's kind of, because
It's
I
one of
mean,
those it's one of those things like so similar to I don't want to be at peaceful or like balanced because I don't want to be pacifist and just go sit in
yeah,
a cave for a long time, and like it's the exact opposite that happens. Like if you're meditating and you have your presence of mind or whatever, you have all of your power, and then all of your actions and decisions are like with all of your intent and all of your focus, and like you're just so much more able and capable and active. So yeah, it's that weird thing where if you say awareness and equanimity, then people perceive like sitting around on your butt in a cave or being passive or whatever, when it's the exact opposite. So it's like it's more the perception of what
what
being
that would
alive
mean.
is. Yeah, being
Yeah,
alive and full of your power, being aware and equanimous, like they're all synonyms, and people don't really know that they're all synonyms. But even if you use a different word for awareness and equanimity, like uh, you know, being present or something, people still might be, I don't want to just be present and just be where I am. I want to like do things. Like so it's almost
yeah,
the perception of what the result is, the perception of what how it's expressed in the world is the thing that needs a wording rather
yeah.
than a
Like,
good word for
what's
those two.
like if you say, "Oh, fully enlightened" or whatever, it's like, well, what does that mean? Like that doesn't sound exciting. Like,
Yeah.
or it's too grand that it's not even perceivable. It's like, well, I don't even know what that means. So like,
Yeah, so far to one extreme or another of like it's unattainable, or it's boring. Being a
yeah,
full enlightenment boring, or but I like the things that I'm attached to, and then but the person is constantly getting agitated by things because they're attached to them. And then if you bring up, if you developed a bit of awareness and equanimity, you can still have those things, you just won't have the problems with them. It's like, yeah, but I want to be attached to them. It's like, but you just said you don't. And like, yeah, so like
but
all
yeah,
those things.
it's also like that the words talking about like attachment or whatever, like are are just not the experience. The description's not the described, and
Yeah.
they just, it can just kind of, I don't know. People just don't get things because they haven't experienced something else, so they're viewing it from where they are, and so it doesn't. Just, yeah,
Yeah.
it's weird.
It's what they're it really that gif of the guy standing there just observing equanimously the orangutans bashing a hammer with a nail. Just that, yeah, you can show the orangutan how to do what they're trying to do. You can show the orangutan what they might want to do, what they've seen other people do. You can show the orangutan all sorts of different ways of using the hammer and like pulling out nails or anything else, and then just let the orangutan do what it does, because it's just going to do what it does. And that's the way that any that's all anybody can do for anybody else. Oh,
Yeah, I think it's really about. I watched a Bashar talk yesterday, or a Daryl Anka talk, and he was saying, the guy asked him at the end, like, "What's the purpose of life?" And he was like, "To be authentic and to be a living example of whatever that is. Your unique expression or whatever." And I think it is being that living example. Then it's like, well, there's no specific thing that can really do anything for anyone else. It's just everything that you are as a living example could potentially affect, and like does influence and have effect, but we can't really know what it is, and we can't know how what words we say are going to actually do something, or what actions we do, or anything is going to change anyone else. It's just because ultimately everyone's just doing their own.
They're all just orangutans.
Yeah,
Yeah, just children, like little kids, playing with blocks, and then just let them do their thing. Let them do their thing. Show them different ways they could do it. If they're interested in more things, you can show them that, but just let them do their thing.